What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of Cub Reacts, as we jump into the sounds of this one. Darkoo and Mayakun, it goes by the name There She Go, bracketed with just Jack Sparrow, and it's the official visualizer. This one dropped on Thursday evening. I've only just got around to putting the reaction together. I was so busy over the weekend. Obviously, it was a long bank holiday here in the UK, and I was out and about and all over the place. So, we're going to be getting into this one now. As always, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, of course, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, this video was directed by Drippo, shot by Drippo and OV, and edited by Drippo and Veblen Global. So let's get into it right about now. As always, friends, hopefully you do enjoy. Let's crack on with the reaction and analysis. It's a cool link up as well, I've got to say.
My queen. Summertime, she got the body I never seen. Let me cock in your loving like I'm a fiend. Your body flow like water, yeah. Coming in the shape of soda. Never got to lose pride,
I really like the instrumental on this one right from the jump. I like the fact that the instrumental has this kind of glittery texture to it. Again, there's a lot of kind of higher pitched vocal samples going on within the instrumental that works quite nicely. Big booming bass line in the lower end as well. Sounding super, super clean, man. I'm loving the overall arrangement of this one. Again, the intro vocal sounding very, very nice as well. It just has quite like a club feel to it. This is definitely a tune for the dances. It's a tune to be played in the raves. And I'm liking the visualizer as well. This kind of combination of quite relaxed filming, but also shots that are meant to be there. Very nice. Catchy.
Drop it down, you're a killer, baby. Your body in your waist, don't lie.
I really like these higher pitched drifts as well. When we're doing tunes like this, essentially, it's really important if you have an electronic vocal to utilize those electronic elements and get the most out of them. A good way of doing that is having these kind of these pitch slides. So you go from quite a low note to a high note, back down, back up to a high note, and it amplifies that you're actually using the essentially the electric side of things a bit more. You're actually utilizing it and getting the most out of it. I've never really been a fan of people when they use kind of auto-tune and don't have any melodic direction. They just have it as like a sort of standing kind of sound, which doesn't really add anything to a tune. But when you actually have these wider sounding drifts, it always comes across really nicely, man. Very, very cool so far.
Baby, you got me falling for them thighs. Arigato. Baby, would you ride me like a motto? Make a nigga to me, make it pronto. Cause you the baddest in the city. You the baddest in the city, yeah. When you pull up with my niggas at the scene. In my Fendi, Alexa, that's my queen. Summertime, she got the body I never seen. Let me cock in your loving like I'm a fiend. Your body flow like water, yeah. Coming in the shape of soda.
The instrumental on this is really nice. I'm loving how stuttered it is as well. It's not just like a flat kind of tripleted instrumental. There's a lot of kind of stuttering going on. And obviously you've got this kind of lead synthesizer line that's running through the middle, kind of going nyak, nyak, nyak. And it kind of adds that sense of it being quite glitchy, quite stuttered in the overall feel. Then obviously on top of that as well, you've got this quite minimal bass line, which is very much working alongside the kick drums. The kick drums tend to be double kicking a lot of the time as well, so you've got this like sort of every sort of the start of every bar, which works nicely. The bass line is intertwined with that very nicely as well. Instrumental wise, it's very, very clean. I think they've picked the right sort of vocal to go over the top of it as well. Not too over the top, but enough kind of melodic direction on it so it fills out the space quite nicely.
You got me singing, oh, there she go, there she go.
I'll tell you what as well, like, obviously there's people are doing a lot more visualizers these days. It seems to be a much more sort of normalized thing to do. Before you drop a full video, you drop a visualizer, you drop a lyric video, and I actually really like it as a concept. I like the fact that you are able to kind of, this wouldn't have been the most difficult thing in the world to film, but it still looks like a fun, entertaining video. Like, I'm going to remember this because it kind of works with the tune. The tune is very kind of very, very jumpy, very lively, and so's the video that's going with it. That synesthetic feel you get is quite important. And I like the fact that you are able just to make visualizers of people being out and about. It doesn't have to be super complicated, plot driven. You can still have all that, but on an official music video down the line, the fact that you can have these visualizers that do the job, essentially providing a visual accompaniment for the tune. I love that people are really diving into it a lot more.
See your face card, you know they decline. Mental heavenly design. But let me talk about your behind. I know they talk about you behind. After the whiskey, you do the dirty wine. And if you miss me, you can call me lying. I've got a feeling I'm your desire. I know the rest, I know the tire.
Really cool verse.
Baby, I'm your nigga. Make him on a 7 figure.
And again, you can really hear, and I don't normally say this about tunes that Darkoo's involved with, but you can hear a very, I don't want to say super Americanized, but you can hear that sort of R&B influence on this tune in general. From that kind of earlier US R&B era, again, sort of 2000 through to about 2007, 8, just these widened vocals that are just going everywhere, but just the kind of melodies that are being used, especially on Michael's verse as well. His verse is so inspired, maybe not even inspired, similar sounding to that kind of earlier era, and it's an era that I absolutely love, and it works really nicely. It's a good way of conveying kind of emotion within your vocals. It's a good sort of sound to go with if you're trying to just maximize the emotional backing on a tune, and it's sounding great.
Come and see my baby, I'm serious. Kitty says sunflower, big man thing, yeah. I know the noise is too loud. Baby, you gon' read my lips, yeah. Pull up with my niggas at the scene. In my Fendi, Alexa, the McQueen. Summertime, she got the body I never seen.
It's a proper nice skippy flow as well. Yes.
Body flow like water, coming in the shape of Satan. Then my bottle of Sprite.
The way the hook is kind of split into two different sections adds a lot to it as well. That's sort of the first block of the chorus block, which is like, and then it keeps rolling around, and then you get into that. It's a nice kind of, it's a really good showcasing actually of the kind of range that Darkoo's able to bring from the kind of much more stuttered, much more sort of rap influence flows to the much more R&B sort of influenced approach as well. Really nice combination of styles there.
You got me singing, oh, that she go, that she go. Oh, that she go, that she go.
It's really catchy as well, isn't it?
Oh, that she go, that she go. Oh, that she go, that she go. So tell me what.
Really, really clean, man. Like the fact we're moving towards the end of the tune and now we're getting this kind of bulging re-space underneath, just kind of taking the tune somewhere different. The claps are really, really clean on a production angle as well. But again, it's the catchiness of this one. This is definitely one that's made for the dances. 1000%, this is one that we want to hear in the clubs. This is a tune that you hold up a bottle of champagne to. It's a tune that you hold up a bottle of Henny to. It's a celebration sort of sounding tune more than anything else. It's a tune you go out with people to enjoy. And they've done a great job of kind of putting that across in the video as well, which works quite nicely. But yeah, overall I have really, really enjoyed this one. We're going to let it run through to the end and then give you our final breakdown. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below how you're feeling about this one. Let's go.
What you need, baby, what you want. Ooh, so tell me what. Get up and I'm more, don't leave me. Ooh,
Scratch mixed it.
There we go. Always end up getting adverts. It's so annoying. But there we go. Scratch mixed it on this one on the production side of things, obviously getting involved. But yeah, Darkoo alongside Michael, a really, really cool tune that goes by the name There She Go. Just remembering that is the right name off the top of my head. But yeah, very much enjoyed the sounds of this one. Love the overall approach. I love the fact that we get quite a club influenced tune as well. We know Darkoo makes tunes for the clubs, but this one really feels like it is like specified. It's a tune to turn up to. It's a tune to celebrate to. And then on top of that, again, a really cool verse from Michael, just arriving, kind of bringing that early kind of R&B energy. And I love the fact the hook itself is split into two sections, a much more skippy rap section and then a much more sort of melodic sliding verse as well. So very, very cool stuff. I really enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys did as well. If you did, let me know what you enjoyed about the tune in the comment section down below. And as always, make sure if you did enjoy the video, you're turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff, and hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page. That's it from me though. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your Monday afternoon, and we'll catch you all next time. Have a good one and peace.
Them sounding so good right now, but they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.